Your resident has no idea about a lot of anime, but go to these movies to let you know should a newbie like Dan Evil Eye. Again, is it really a movie? No, it's more of a recap of season 1 and 3 episodes of season 2. So, did I like it? Let's find out. Chase Lee Hockey here at the Blue Futon, reviewing Dan Evil Eye. I'm calling it the movie because I think it's said a movie online, blah, 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 but it is 3 episodes. There's usually 12 episodes a season, if I'm not mistaken, and the rest are dropping in July. So this story, if you're going into blind, you might be confused with how some of these characters are, but if I am taking a guess with not reading the manga, not seeing a single episode except this movie, is there are people that are either psychic or can do crazy things that connect with the paranormal, and sometimes it's really young, and sometimes they just get it at an older age. And apparently this young girl has had it for a long time. This boy with the glasses, he kind of got it late in life, if you want to put it that way, even though like in school he was always picked on and things like that. And now they're kind of fighting supernatural / aliens together. Worms. Well, Worms is more like season 2, but is this more of a chaotic supernatural alien-esque world in Japan as well? Also a grandma that's in a cat now. So now, season 2, it seems like it's going towards more of a childhood friend of the girl has now been possessed by this entity, and it looks like they're going to have to fight through it and throughout around season 2 because of the evil eye. And I'll say one thing, that evil eye storyline is freaking ingenious. Like, I was watching this, and I was like, I need to write a screenplay about this, but of course I'd be stealing ideas, and it would be like, you're stealing, well, then I would ask the creator, please, because this evil eye storyline of the backstory is something worth, like, making a whole movie about, like, a Salem witch trials or something like that for that reason, but make it about, like, a volcano and things like that. You're just like, this is ingenious and haunting and just harrowing of like, wow, this is amazing, like, storytelling when you look at it that way, of like coming up with an idea really pushes this movie to the umpteenth degree, and having that animation style as well, because it felt like there were a little bit of different animation styles or art designs, especially with this Japanese family, which is creepy as shit. And then you have the actual town itself with the different colors and the different panning moves. Like, there are different panning moves. Sometimes it's like stationary, sometimes it's like, I don't know, it's hard to explain with animation because I'm not that creative when it comes to animation, but it's like, it's so cool that it looks different as well as has interesting cinematography of what we want to focus on in the show. It is kind of all over the place with tonally, and that's what it seems like season 1 and 3 is. There was a director's, interview at the end of this saying the second season they wanted to go more techno and more just, I want to say crazy, but that's what it seems like they wanted to go. And of course, I can't give you that opinion or if it has or has not, because like I said, I've only seen this quick, small recap of season 1, and a small week recap of season 1, it was pretty short. So it's not like you're getting like a 45-minute recap. So you will be happy if you're really just focusing on the episodes. So I do think a lot of people will like that as well. The voice acting, great. The story itself, I was intrigued. When it got to kind of the evil eye progressing, though, of getting into the body, I don't know, the backstory really sucked me in. So it's like such a good freaking backstory. And it goes back to like, we're kind of getting rid of the backstory, which I think if season 2 focuses more on the backstory, and I think it would be absolutely fantastic storytelling to get to know these like tonal. It's all over the place when it comes to, sometimes it drops some comedy elements, and sometimes you're like, oh, should it be more serious or not? So that might bother people when it comes to this show. Of course, me, when I always say watch the animes, would I be intrigued of watching this more? And I would put it in a sure. It's not a nah for me for some of them. It's not a, oh, hell yeah, like Kaiju number 9 or number 8 or something like that, which you're just like, I watch that and I'm like, I need more. I fucking love that. Like, I was like, I need to find more, period. I will be buying that anime series when it does, like, get on a Blu-ray. Because I won't buy Crunchyroll now. I will get the physical disc, as you could tell. This one, I think if it was ever on or if it was ever on sale, I'd be like, yeah, I would give it a try because I think there are cool enough elements to be like, oh, where can this story go about the possession and supernatural or aliens? Which I find that really weird that how that's all combined in Japan, which is like, how do they all connect? Which, of course, I'm not going to know because I never watched except season 3, and that can be an issue for some people if you're just going and expecting a movie to get a solid recap of who these characters are. You're really not going to get it. But overall, Dan to Dan, Evil Eye, I had a great time. I was entertained. I was never bored. And what else do you want when you go to a movie? So Dan to Dan, Evil Eye will receive a 4 out of 5 with Futons, which equals at 80%. So let's see the critics and user scores gave this one. So you have critics, 6 critics, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all giving it a positive. And let me know if I'm totally misunderstanding that these are not just a season preview. I could be wrong. But anyway, 99 from the audience, 100% from the critics, and my 80%. Chase out here with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm on the Futontopia. You Blue Futon. Take watching. Great day. Watch Tate tomorrow. We can run with you from now. Every single freaking one of you. Yeah. After it rains here, my sinuses get all poopy.